But there's not somebody sitting there.
This is. That's right.
Okay. Do the clap.
Get the clap. All right. So, and yeah, just give a second between. I'll ask the question and then give me a second, and like they do, repeat your question.
Who's they?
Like they the producers, those guys.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
What's up?
let me speak.
You up for the interview? Hmm? Yeah.
So, what is your name and what do you do here?
My name's Derek, and...
Nope, I need more time, sorry, because I have to cut myself out.
Oh.
I'm gonna punch you.
My name's Derek, and I'm Director of Operations for Happily Ever Esther Farm Sanctuary.
And what do you do here?
Oh gosh. It's a staggering list.
So the computer's going to go to the feed room so that we can do our data entry.
I'm trying to get the expenses for Germany finalized. Oh.
There's way more going on than we anticipated. My name is Steve, and I manage our social media operations around here. So I spend most of my day taking pictures of Esther and posting on social media, captioning our photos.
Come on, baby, photo shoot, piggy. Some hair. I got my camera. And
So that's it. Esther post created. That's how we do it, start to finish. I also do a lot of our back-end stuff, like the bookwork and dealing with calendar production and all the backside annoying stuff that we never really thought of when all of this started, like having to deal with lawyers sometimes and agents regarding the books.
He likes to use the tractor.
I do enjoy using the tractor. Okay, so what do we have on the go today?
Is that an alarm or a phone call?
That's a phone call.
An important one?
It's my parents.
Call them back. Call them back in 2 minutes.
Hello?
Good morning. I'm okay. How are you?
You caught me at a good time.
Sometimes I answer the phone. But
Very rarely.
Very rarely.
On the list for today, the calendar. So I'm being pressed.
I'm trying to print our calendar. The Esther calendar is done and ready to go, but we're having problems with my software. There's something wrong with the version that was on there. Either it's expired or the wrong thing got reinstalled when we did a laptop upgrade a few weeks ago. So I'm running into a snag, which is perfect. I'm able to open the PDF of our Esther calendar, but I can't open the working files of the Heath's calendar, which is the one that I have done next to no work on and have to have it done by Wednesday. So we've got to call into our computer guy, Chris, who hopefully will be able to get here in the next day or two, get that program sorted out for me, get it back up and running so I can actually get the work done that I need to do on the Heath's calendar. Until then, all I can do is get the Esther calendar printed, hope that I don't need to make any changes to it so I can just send it as is. Otherwise, that one's at a standstill too, until I can get the software updated. So, last thing that we need right now. So I've printed this draft. This is the first draft that's done of the Esther calendar. I think it's complete. I hope it's complete, because if it's not, that software, my software issue, is not going to permit changes until I can get it corrected. I also can't get into the working Heath's file until I get that corrected. So I've sent a message to Chris. But do you want to have a look through this? Are you able to look through this quickly now, or do you want me to come back with this later?
No, that can go next in line, but I'm trying to get the expenses for Germany finalized, and I just need to see the initial contact that you had with them, what they agreed to, like in terms of
I can email
the
that to you.
speakers fee, the flights. I think they already paid for the hotel. Like, was that not paid for at Tom's when we
Yeah, I
went?
can't remember if they paid it or if I paid
Anyways,
it. Either way,
just-
I'll figure it
I
out.
just need to get it all together.
Yeah, it's frantically busy around here. Like I said, way more than I think either of us ever expected when all this started. It's there's way more going on than we anticipated.
We got an email. Somebody on the tour got shocked by the cow fence, and
Oh,
they're
no.
super pissed.
Oh no! Isn't that on the checklist to have those off?
Yeah, not for the cows. The cows there still stays on, but the pigs.
Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the face she made.
Oh no! I feel bad.
Yeah.
So we had a tour and as well as a volunteer work day this weekend, and what that meant was that for the tour day we had roughly 50 people sign up online for the guest list to come and help out here on the farm prior to the tour. So we had about 50 people on Saturday come out to help, and then on Sunday we had roughly 100 visitors.
Yeah, just follow. You're gonna. The first time I came here, I cried. So that's cool. Follow.
They came from all over this time. Actually, it was just the United States and Canada this time.
It's crazy sometimes, though, eh?
But the 2 weekends prior, we had representation from 9 different countries, which so
One
far
weekend.
is the largest representation in one weekend.
Absolutely. Your first time? No. Oh, I've been here before. I know everybody wants to know, are we going to see the princess?
As much as we love having people come to the property, I mean, first and foremost, this is a sanctuary for our animal residents. And, you know, it's super important to get people through here and to help them get to know these animals and build those relationships with the animals. But like you said, priority one is making sure that our residents are always comfortable and have what they need first. And if that means no visitors, then it means no visitors. And that's just the way it goes. You know,
That's the way the cookie
it's a
crumbles
fine line,
sometimes.
right, between being, you know, a destination for people and walking that line between being a zoo or being a sanctuary, and so we need to make sure that we remain a sanctuary first and foremost.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna get me? What are you gonna do for me? She says I'm gonna get you.
What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? Careful, there's a big stick there. Be careful.
We decide the list that we want to tackle for the work days based on A, the weather, and B, the amount of people that have signed up on the registration.
3 o'clock.
There are those of us that are regulars. She's very much a regular.
How we decide, so there's always field maintenance. I mean,
Yeah.
we can always do better in the
Yeah.
fields in terms of pulling weeds, making sure the poop is cleaned up, and reseeding areas that have been upset or that we've pulled all the weeds out of. So, and rocks.
And it was a
My
long
gosh.
time, right, between when the previous owners were using those fields for
Yes.
grazing animals and when we started too. So the fields had deteriorated a little bit.
Yeah, when we got here, there was basically one fence line,
Yeah.
and then in the fields, literally, there was just thousands upon thousands of these little prickly bushes and all the things that the animals don't like to eat.
Yeah.
The field had been taken over and it had naturalized.
Yeah.
So we had an absolute gargantuan task ahead of us to get those fields ready. And then, of course, half of Happily Ever Esther's property is, you know, it's all huge trees and forests. So there's lots of space for nature.
Yeah.
You know, we're careful. It's a
Which is the
careful
trails.
balance.
That's why we're working on trails. We want people to be able to come. We said it is a sanctuary for the animals, but I mean, we do want it to be a bit of a sanctuary for the visitors that come here too. And,
Yeah,
and one of those,
wildlife.
really cool things about where we are is we're so close to the city, but we're right on the Niagara Escarpment, which means the landscape around us is absolutely gorgeous. And about a third, or maybe a bit over a third of our property is forest.
Yeah. We get
gorgeous.
deer that
Yeah.
visit the property. There's coyotes and foxes and rabbits, and
Yeah.
The butterflies this year, there was a lot of butterflies.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful property. So that's a big part of the plan too, is making sure that we can see it all, you know, and get through the forest and these little trails and really give people a place that they can escape as well for a few hours when they come to visit, us included. I mean, things are so frantic that it's really nice to be able to just, you know, step outside and take a walk and you know, get away from it.
Come on, let's go walkies. Fitness piggy. Come on. What are you doing? Oh, you playful piggy? Are you playful piggy?
Yeah. It's pretty crazy around here sometimes. Everything that we do is based on all of their schedules, from Esther and Shelby to Cornelius now, who's
Hello, sir.
very much become part of the family the last little while. Hey, handsome? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's really hard to plan things when you've got all of this going on around. It's not uncommon to need to stop and adjust on account of these guys. Right, Corno? Come on, buddy, let's head outside.
Have you ever used one of those insulation kits, like the spray foam kits?
I have. Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Alright, so the kit that I had in the house that I thought was appropriate is like immensely too small for this job. So I'm going to send Steve to go pick up the kit.
I help out on the farm anytime that I'm able to, so I will get outside and help with property work, fence building, or trail building, or any of that.
The insulation kit, that spray insulation kit that I got,
Yep.
it can only operate in plus 20 degrees.
Okay.
So it won't be until, I think it said that it was going to be hot on Saturday.
When in March?
I don't know
Are
what
we going
next
to
week.
get another decent day?
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week supposed to be 22, 24,
Okay.
which
Oh.
is fine.
And then hopefully we can get the coop cleaned up in the next week or two. I'd love to have that done by Thanksgiving too. Just a couple of things we need to get tied up before Thanksgiving if we can. Really, once Thanksgiving's over and then we're gone and we come back and it's almost December. So we need to have things pretty well organized. I'm exhausted.
You look exhausted. You do, look at you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're haggard, you have bags under your eyes.
You can go right to hell.
You should go to bed,
I'm gonna go to bed.
You didn't even come to bed last night.
Oh, I didn't finish the calendar.
So we did this last year. We had this problem. The calendar's all laid out with the wrong day of the week starting.
I did it the same as this one.
No, I'm afraid not. You got it starting on Monday. That's not the way the calendar is. So I'm afraid that's all wrong. It's all laid out incorrectly.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it.
I'm so sorry, but then we can't move forward with it because we did this last year with the calendar that got handed in with the start day being Monday. It has to be Sunday.
Why does it have to be Sunday?
That's the calendar. That's the way that it works. The calendar does not start on a Monday. It starts on a Sunday.
Well, in order, we're not making our deadline.
It's hours and hours away before I can edit it because that changes everything.
Almost done. We'll get that sorted out.
You should take a day off. When are you going to hire somebody?
We're taking a day off after Thanksgiving. We're going to Africa for a week. It's not really a day off because we're speaking, but
I would love to have a fire tonight. Well, I mean, I'm tired, but we need to burn so we can have that space over there for the rounds.
okay.
There's two big piles in the way.
Let's have a fire. Go outside, have a fire. Have a quiet night for a change.
What makes that noise? A duck feet on the floor.
I've never heard a duck foot make that sound.
You don't go to the bar.
That's ridiculous.